to the World United. Welcome to the World United.
So I now invite Master Dev Om, a Himalayan yogi and author of 12 books. And he's written books on meditation, spiritual, and self-help books. He is a modern smiling monk who teaches practical spirituality. The topic he would cover is Shiva consciousness.
Right. Can you hear me now? Wonderful. All right. So namaste and thank you. Yeah, thank you, Renuka ji. Thank you, Dr. Ugandhar, and all the other fellow people. Namaste. So my name is Dev Om, and the topic I chose today to talk about is Shiva consciousness, the ultimate evolution of human being. Why I call it that? Because we all know that Lord Shiva is all about pure consciousness. And in the as a principle of non-duality, where I come from, is that we all are one consciousness. We are not separate, right? And we consider Lord Shiva as a symbol of having that ultimate consciousness in him, because he's always the master of his consciousness. He's always in control. You know, we call him Mahayogi. And why that consciousness becomes our ultimate evolution is also because if we pay attention to what is Shiva consciousness, and if we try to live that in our life, if we try to achieve that, that is the best possible usage of this lifetime, you know, this journey on this earth and this body. Because we are here, actually, the soul is here for its own joy and for its own evolution. And bringing some Shiva consciousness in your own human consciousness make you evolve and make you grow in your own journey of spirituality, of synchronicity, of oneness. And that's what makes your soul happy and fulfilled. So what do you mean by Shiva consciousness? Shiva consciousness is about acceptance of everything that is. So we are not separate from the things. We are one with everything. We are one with the entire existence. We are one with each other, with each other fellow human being, trees, birds, animals. We are one with everything. We are not separate. So Shiva consciousness is very inclusive. It tells us about that what there, you have to learn to accept it and live with it and grow through it. Even something which is sort of bad for our consciousness also is very important, because till there is darkness, you will not have the value of the light. So in order to understand the light and value the light, you really need to know the darkness. So Shiva consciousness accepts everything, accepts the role of everything, all positives and all negatives, and tell you that how to remain untouched, and tells you that how to remain untouched by both, by positive also, by negative also, because you are on a journey where you just need to cross through everything. It's just like a beautiful flow. Take it as a journey of Ganga, river Ganga. We all know about it, that there's a story that Lord Shiva actually received Ganga when Ganga came from Swarg, from heaven, and then he showed him path to go on the earth. And Ganga comes out of a place called Gomukh, a small glacier, which is a hidden place above Gangotri. Now Ganga starts from there, and then it comes down. It in between it meets, like there are two rivers, Alaknanda and Bhagirathi. They meet together, they form Ganga, and then there are on the path many other river comes. And then it comes to the ground from Rishikesh and then the Haridwar, and then it keeps flowing towards the Calcutta. Worship Ganga in Rishikesh, in Haridwar, in Allahabad, Prayagraj, in Varanasi. There are many, many places where we worship Ganga. There is Ganga Aarti or everything. And then at the same time, the funny part is there are many places where we abuse Ganga, put in all the, the filth or industrial waste or any other waste in the Ganga, make Ganga polluted. But what Ganga does, it just keeps flowing. It does not wait or stops to take the respect and love people are giving it. And it also does not stop to deny the disrespect or the abuse people are giving it. What it does, it just keeps flowing through everything, through the positive, through the negative. And then it just stops till when it reaches its final destination, where it becomes the ocean, where it loses its individual identity and it becomes bigger than it, so to say, that become part of a bigger consciousness. And same Shiva consciousness tells us to be untouched by all the abuse we receive in this world and about all the ego fulfillment things we receive in this world. Be untouched by them, keep flowing through them, keep crossing all the positives and negatives and keep flowing through our path to reach our ultimate destination. And that is being one again with that pure consciousness, with that source of consciousness from where we all came out. You know, second thing it tells us is that how to live in a most fruitful manner in this world. When you are already in this birth, you are already in this body, you are already living in this lifetime, how not to waste it and how to use it in a most proper manner so that you can evolve, you can progress in your consciousness, you can progress in your soul journey, you can progress in your purpose, which is beyond, of course, this body mind mechanism, which is, of course, beyond this name and this faith and this body and this religion and this caste and this nationality which we have received in this birth. Our consciousness is beyond this. Our consciousness is absolutely, completely, always free from this. So when we are aligned with Shiva consciousness, we recognize this moment in this life also, and we remain free. Moksha means you live in this body, you live in this world, but you remain above that. You remain above the shortcomings or the benefits or the results of this world or this situations and the karma gives us. So the only way to live free and to grow in your freedom and to keep growing and keep moving in your consciousness journey is Shiva consciousness. So I would say that not only worship Lord Shiva, but try to understand what he says, what he means, what he teaches, and why we call him Mahayogi, because he is always absolutely situated and rooted in his own consciousness. Nothing shakes him. He comes from a space of absolute nothingness. And that nothingness, that shunyata cannot be disturbed by anything. If you take out something from the nothingness, nothingness remains. If you give something to nothingness, nothingness remains. So you cannot really change nothingness. It is absolute. Similarly, Shiva consciousness coming from that space is absolute. That he is unshakable. He is always in his Satchidanand space, truth consciousness, bliss space, and he is always balanced. With that trident, the Trishula, the symbol is of our main three meridians of Sushumna, of Pingla, of Ida. So the balance of that we are completely balanced, completely rooted and completely above the effect of current situations in life. They will come, they will go. We will just keep flowing. And then this way, we live Shiva consciousness and we grow in that. So with this, I would like to end my this talk, and I would like all of you to just try to know more about what Lord Shiva teaches and what he says, rather than just worshipping him, because he has much, much more to offer than you really know. Right? So thank you so much, and I wish you all of you all love and light. Thank you.